The arena pulses with energy, a sea of screaming fans filling every seat as spotlights carve through the haze, locking onto the octagon at the heart of UFC 317. The air crackles with anticipation for the lightweight main event, a rematch years in the making. Charles "Do Bronx" Oliveira versus Michael Chandler. The crowd's roar swells as the iconic voice of Bruce Buffer booms through the speakers, introducing the fighters with his signature flair. Chandler, the explosive powerhouse from Missouri, strides out first, his eyes burning with intensity, muscles coiled like a spring ready to snap. He shadowboxes sharply, exuding raw aggression, his team hyping him up as he enters the cage. The Brazilian fans, though, save their loudest cheers for Oliveira, the former champion from Guarujá, who walks out calm, almost serene, his face a mask of focus. His hands are raised, acknowledging the deafening support, as he steps into the octagon, ready to reclaim his place at the top. Buffer's voice crescendos, announcing Chandler first. A record of 23 wins, 9 losses, and 1 no contest, the man known as Iron Chandler. The crowd offers a mix of cheers and boos, respecting his power but loyal to their hometown hero. Then Oliveira's name echoes, his 34 wins and 9 losses carrying the weight of a career defined by resilience and submission mastery. The Brazilian, faithful, erupt, chanting "Do Bronx" as he bounces lightly, eyes locked on Chandler. The referee, Herb Dean, steps forward, his voice steady as he lays out the rules. Protect yourselves at all times, follow his instructions, and make it a clean fight. The fighters touch gloves, a brief moment of respect before retreating to their corners. The bell rings and the war begins. Chandler explodes out of his corner like a missile, closing the distance with a looping overhand right that whistles past Oliveira's chin. The Brazilian circles left, his jab snapping out to gauge range, keeping Chandler at bay. Chandler, undeterred, charges forward with a double-leg takedown attempt, his wrestling pedigree on full display. Oliveira, though, is ready. His sprawl is textbook, hips heavy as he shuts down the shot. As Chandler rises, Oliveira fires a sharp knee to the body, drawing a grunt from his opponent. The crowd roars, sensing the chess match unfolding. Chandler swings a wild left hook, but Oliveira's head movement is crisp, slipping the punch and answering with a stinging leg kick that lands with a crack on Chandler's thigh. The commentators' voices cut through the noise, one noting Oliveira's slick defense, warning that Chandler's aggression could leave him open. Oliveira's confidence grows as he lands a 1-2 combination, the straight right snapping Chandler's head back. Chandler fires back with a calf kick, forcing Oliveira to switch stances briefly. The Brazilian doesn't flinch, instead shooting for a single-leg takedown of his own. Chandler defends, stuffing the attempt, but eats a slicing elbow as they separate, the point of contact drawing a collective gasp from the crowd. Oliveira's rhythm is emerging, his strikes flowing as he mixes punches with another vicious leg kick that visibly stings Chandler. The American presses forward, undaunted, landing a grazing left hook that Oliveira shrugs off. As the round nears its end, Chandler swings for the fences with a wild flurry, but Oliveira ducks under, secures a body lock, and slams Chandler to the canvas just as the bell sounds, stealing the momentum. Round 2 begins with both fighters meeting in the center, no hesitation. Oliveira opens with a high kick, testing Chandler's guard, which blocks the strike but leaves him open to a follow-up jab. Chandler responds with a blistering 3-punch combo, left-right body shot, forcing Oliveira to cover up and retreat. The Brazilian clinches, driving a knee into Chandler's midsection before they break apart. Chandler's aggression surges as he lands a solid body shot, but Oliveira counters with a spinning back fist that catches Chandler flush, wobbling him for a split second. The crowd erupts and the commentators shout, one calling it a nasty shot that clearly rocked Chandler. Oliveira senses the moment, swarming with a flurry of punches, jabs, hooks, an uppercut that grazes Chandler's chin. Chandler, ever durable, clinches to slow the onslaught, his forehead pressed against Oliveira's chest as he catches his breath. The fight hits the mat as Oliveira drags Chandler down, immediately hunting for a guillotine choke. His arms lock tight around Chandler's neck, but the American's wrestling instincts kick in, He pops his head free and scrambles to his feet, firing a massive right hand that staggers Oliveira just as the bell rings. The crowd is on its feet, the momentum swinging like a pendulum. Both men return to their corners, breathing heavily, their teams shouting instructions. Oliveira's coach urges him to keep the pressure on, while Chandler's corner tells him to stay patient, wait for the big shot. Round 3 opens with a more cautious pace, both fighters aware of the other's danger. Oliveira flicks out a teep to the body, keeping Chandler at range, then follows with a crisp jab that pops Chandler's head back. Chandler swings a heavy right, but Oliveira's footwork is sharp, circling away and landing a brutal body kick that draws a wince from Chandler. The American shoots for a takedown, driving Oliveira against the cage, his shoulder pressing into the Brazilian's chest. Oliveira, though, is a submission wizard. He sinks a guillotine choke, his legs wrapping around Chandler's waist to tighten the hold. Chandler fights it, his face reddening but manages to slip out, transitioning to half guard and landing short elbows from the top. Oliveira sweeps, nearly reversing the position, but Chandler's base is strong, keeping him grounded as the round ends. The 4th round sees Chandler come out swinging, his hooks missing but forcing Oliveira to stay defensive. Oliveira answers with a slick pull counter, his right hand clipping Chandler's jaw. The Brazilian's confidence is palpable now, his strikes flowing as he mixes jabs, leg kicks, and a sudden flying knee that narrowly misses. Chandler, blood trickling from a cut above his eye, charges forward, landing a thudding body shot that makes Oliveira grimace. The pace is relentless, both men trading shots in the pocket, neither willing to give an inch. Oliveira shoots for a takedown, but Chandler sprawls and spins to take the Brazilian's back, hunting for a rear naked choke. Oliveira, calm under pressure, rolls to escape, ending up in Chandler's guard. The round closes with Oliveira landing ground and pound, his elbows finding their mark as Chandler covers up. The 5th and final round begins with the crowd on its feet, chanting for Oliveira. Both fighters are battered, their faces marked with the toll of war. Chandler, knowing he needs a finish, throws everything into a wild combination, left hook, right cross uppercut, but Oliveira slips and counters with a devastating left hook that drops Chandler to a knee. The arena explodes as Oliveira pounces, raining down punches while Chandler turtles up, trying to survive. Oliveira transitions to the back, flattening Chandler out and sinking his arm under the chin for a rear naked choke. Chandler fights the hands, his face contorted, but Oliveira's grip is unrelenting. With seconds ticking down, Chandler taps, out, and the referee pulls Oliveira off as the crowd erupts in a deafening roar. Buffer takes the mic as Oliveira stands, arms raised, sweat and blood dripping down his face. Chandler, gracious in defeat, nods in respect as the official decision is announced. Charles Oliveira wins by submission in the 5th round, reclaiming his place as a lightweight contender. The fighters embrace briefly, acknowledging the battle they've just shared. Oliveira grabs the mic, thanking the Brazilian fans, his voice thick with emotion, while Chandler vows to return stronger. The arena buzzes long after the fight ends, fans chanting "Do Bronx" as the night cements itself as a classic in UFC history. The post-fight analysis floods in, commentators dissecting every moment. They praise Oliveira's versatility, his striking sharper than ever, his grappling as deadly as advertised. Chandler's heart and power are lauded, but Oliveira's ability to weather the storm and capitalize late proves the difference. Social media on X lights up with reactions, fans posting clips of the spinning back fist, the guillotine attempts, and the final choke. Some call it Oliveira's finest performance. Others argue Chandler's early aggression deserved more respect. The debate rages on, but one thing is clear. UFC 317 delivered a fight that will be remembered for years. Oliveira's path forward is the talk of the night. With this win, he's back in the title conversation, potentially one fight away from another shot at lightweight gold. Chandler, despite the loss, remains a fan favorite, his all-action style ensuring he's never far from the spotlight. The lightweight division, already a shark tank, feels even more dangerous now, with both men proving they belong among the elite. As the arena empties, the energy lingers, the echoes of the crowd's roars and the fighters' war etched into the octagon's canvas.